Okay, this is chapter 9, dash 3. Question is number 10, and it's talking about a basketball player named Carmen, and it's saying that she shoots free throws at 80%. So we can go ahead and write this down. 80% she makes, so 8 out of 10. And what they're wanting us to simulate is her percentage if she's shooting one-on-one situations. So a little basketball knowledge in case you don't know. A one-on-one situation is the basketball player walks up to the line to shoot a free throw. If they make the first free throw, then they get to shoot another free throw. If they miss the first free throw, then the game plays on whatsoever. They don't get a point. So let's say Carmen makes the first free throw. She gets another one, and then she misses. So she has a chance of making 0 points, 1 point, or 2 points. And so I'm just going to move this real quick. I'm just going to kind of make a little chart here. 0, a 1, and a 2. So it's wanting us to simulate 25 times that Carmen goes to the line to shoot a one-on-one, and from that we're supposed to figure out how many times she'll, in the 25 attempts, how many times she'll score 0 points, score 1 point, or score 2 points. So probably the easiest way to do this is just using a table of random digits, which is what I've done here from the one that's online. You can find them online. I just picked one from row 200. I did add this last section from row 199 because I felt like I didn't have enough numbers. So anyways, we'll get right to it. So she shoots 80% of the time she makes. So for that, we're going to make it, let's see, let's go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Those are going to be a make when she makes it. And then an 8 and a 9 means she misses because she shoots 80%. So so now you just go through. So the first number we have here is a 4. So if I look back through here, that means she made the first one. So our attempt is not done yet. It would be kind of easy just to go through 25 individual numbers. That's not the case because she made the first one, therefore she gets another chance. And the next number is 2, which means she also made it. So that's our first attempt, and she made 2. So the next 6 and a 7, both again are makes. And so you'll just keep doing that. I'm just going to kind of fly through real quick. A 2 and a 6 means she made it again. 7 and a 6, another make. Obviously this is why she's an 80% free throw shooter. And now there's an 8, so there's nothing. And now we have a 0 and a 4, so we're back to the makes. And a 2 and a 3, and then a 7 and a 6, and then a 9. Nope, that's a miss. So now a 5 and a 0, there's another make. And a 2 and a 3, there's another make. And there's an 8, there's another miss. 2 and a 7, there's another make. And so now we're at 13 total. We still need to go to 25, so a 4 and a 4, and then 0 and a 3, there's 2, and then a 9, there's another miss. 7 and a 1, it's another make. So we're starting to see a little bit of a pattern here. She's either making them all or she's just missing. Another 9, that's another miss. 6 and a 5, that's a make. 6 and a 0, that's a make. Alright, we're at 20 total. We got 5 more to go. We have a 5 and a 5. That's another make. A 1 and a 4. That's a make. An 8. That's a miss. 2 and a 6. That's a make. And a 4 and a 6. That's a make. Okay, so now we've simulated it 25 times. And so now from this, out of the 25 times, she's going to 0 points. She's going to miss the first one 6 times. And so I guess that's 6 out of 25. And then 19. So we got a 0, big fat 0 in the 1. And then obviously 19 out of 25 times she makes both. So that was just with this line of random digits. Obviously, if you were to pick a different row of random digits, you might get a 1. You might get more 1s than you do 2s, or you might get more 0s than 1s and 2s, or you might get more 2s than 0s, 1s. Just kind of depends, but the goal would be the more often that you do this. Give me 1 second. So the goal of these simulations or probabilities is that we get as close as we can to the theoretical, which is that she makes it 80% of the time. So I just, as a quick little calculation, so 19 out of 25 is 0.76. So she's an 80% free throw shooter. That's actually pretty close. And obviously if we did, say, 30 or maybe 40 simulations, just the more we do, that's the law of larger numbers, the more simulations that we do, the more likely we are to get to the actual theoretical probability. So that's how to do this question. That's probably the easiest way. I suppose you could make a spinner with like a circle, and then you'd have to have 80% of that circle devoted to her making, and then you'd have to split that up into the making 1 out of 2 or then not making any. But I find this to be much more easy. You can make just a simple little table and mark off which ones count as makes and misses. Then you can just kind of go through and do it. It's actually pretty easy, pretty fun, and so yeah, that's how you can easily simulate something to find what you're looking for. Thanks.